What if I told you the story of a man born into slavery who, with incredible bravery and intelligence, pulled off one of the most daring escapes of the American Civil War, becoming a national hero and a powerful politician? This isn't a Hollywood movie script. It's the real-life story of Robert Smalls. Born in 1839 in Beaufort, South Carolina, Robert's early life was defined by the brutal reality of slavery. But even from a young age, he was different. His owner's wife noticed his sharp mind and allowed him a bit more freedom than others. But freedom was always just a word, not a reality. As a teenager, he was sent to Charleston, a bustling port city. It was there, on the docks and on the water, that Robert discovered his calling. He became a skilled sailor, learning every current, every sandbar, every secret of the Charleston harbor. He learned how to navigate, how to pilot ships, and how to read the stars. These skills, learned under the shadow of oppression, would soon become his keys to liberation. By the time the Civil War broke out in 1861, Robert was a husband and a father. The fear of his family being sold and torn apart was a constant heavy weight on his shoulders. He worked as a wheelman, essentially a pilot, aboard a Confederate transport ship called the CSS Planter. The Planter was a steam-powered vessel used to lay mines, transport troops, and carry supplies for the Confederacy. To the Confederate officers, Robert Smalls was just part of the enslaved crew, someone they barely noticed. They had no idea that every time they gave an order, every time they discussed their plans, Robert was listening, watching, and learning. He memorized their signals, their routines, and the ship's layout. A daring, almost impossible idea began to form in his mind. He would not just escape. He would steal the very ship he worked on and deliver it to the Union. This wasn't just a plan for himself. It was a plan for his family and for the other enslaved crew members aboard the Planter. The risk was unimaginable. Caught, they would face certain and brutal execution. But the hope of freedom was a light so bright it eclipsed even the darkest fears. The Confederate soldiers, seeing the ship and hearing the right signals, let them pass without suspicion. Can you imagine the sheer nerve it took to sail directly under the gaze of enemy cannons, knowing that one wrong move, one flicker of doubt from a guard would unleash a firestorm? As they finally cleared the last Confederate fort, the most perilous moment was still ahead. The cannons of the Onward fell silent. A boat was sent to investigate. When the Union sailors boarded the Planter, they found not Confederate soldiers, but Robert Smalls, who greeted them with a simple, powerful declaration: "I am delivering this vessel to the Union." He had not only freed himself and 15 others, but he had also handed the Union a valuable warship, complete with its cargo of cannons, ammunition, and most importantly, the Confederate codebooks and maps of the mines in Charleston Harbor. This intelligence was priceless. News of Robert's daring escape spread like wildfire. In the North, he was hailed as a hero. He became a celebrity, a living symbol of courage and the injustice of slavery. He met with President Abraham Lincoln and argued passionately for allowing African Americans to fight for the Union. His advocacy, along with others, helped persuade Lincoln to authorize the enlistment of black soldiers. Robert didn't just talk the talk, he walked the walk. He became a pilot for the Union Navy, serving on the very ship he had commandeered, the Planter. During one battle, the Union captain panicked under heavy fire and tried to surrender. Robert refused. He took command of the ship, navigated it to safety, and saved everyone on board. For this act of bravery, he was promoted to the rank of captain, becoming one of the first black captains of a U.S. vessel. After the war, Robert's service to his country was far from over. He returned to his hometown of Beaufort, South Carolina, and bought the house where he and his mother had been enslaved. It was a powerful symbol of how far he had come. But he wasn't content to just live a quiet life. He wanted to continue the fight for equality. He entered politics, serving in the South Carolina state legislature, and then, incredibly, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. As a congressman, he fought for civil rights, education, and justice for all. He was a champion for his people, a voice for the voiceless, using the same intelligence and determination he had shown on the deck of the Planter. Robert Small's story is a testament to the power of one individual to change the course of history. He was a sailor, a pilot, a soldier, a captain, a politician, and a hero. He turned the tools of his own oppression into the weapons of his liberation. His life reminds us that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the will to act in spite of it. From the darkness of a Charleston night to the halls of the U.S. Congress, Robert Smalls navigated a path to freedom that continues to inspire us today. And share this video to make sure the legacy of heroes like Robert Smalls is never forgotten. See you in the next one.